What is up, guys? Today I'm taking you along with me and you're gonna see me hyper dip my wheels on my STI over here. I think they turned out really nicely. The color is awesome, the finish is awesome, and it looks way better than the original Plasti Dip or any other Plasti Dip I've used before.
So I cleaned my wheels really good, and now I am applying some isopropyl alcohol to remove any grease or wax that may be on the wheels. I went safety first on this. I wore a mask and gloves for this process. I also made sure I used a good respirator for the painting process. I put the cans in the sink in some warm water so they spray more evenly.
So I'm going to pop the center cap off very gently. And I'm just gonna make sure to clean around the inside to make sure there's nothing in there. I already cleaned these wheels with some waterless rinseless wash. Rub these down with the rubbing alcohol as seen before. So one thing I really like to use are note cards or index cards. These have served me for a long time for different painting projects. I place them in between the wheel and the actual tire, and it gives a really nice seal, so I can worry less about overspray getting on the tire. It also lets me get in between the rim and the tire, or the wheel and the tire, a little better. So before I put all of these on, I have some grocery bags. I'm gonna cut this up so I can cover the rotor and brake caliper. So now I have the inner barrel and the caliper and rotor masked off. I'm going to finish putting the index cards around the wheel.
I'm doing a final wipe down to get any dust or debris that may have gotten on the wheels off.
My first coat will be a dusting coat, and I'm just trying to get a base layer down to promote some adhesion to the wheel.
I'm waiting at least 15 minutes between coats. I'm on to the second coat now. I'm just wanting to make sure I cover all of the wheel with Plasti Dip. I'm not trying to apply wet coats. This is still dusting the Plasti Dip on. This is the third coat. I'm going a little thicker this time. For the next coat, I'm going to start applying the thicker and wet. I'm applying the dip much more wet, and I'm trying to apply thicker coats here, and I'm just wanting to make sure I cover the inside and outside of each spoke to get full coverage. I'm really applying the dip wet and thick, and I'm just wanting to make sure I don't have any runs. HyperDip has seemed really user-friendly so far, especially with the cans being warmed up. That trick is essential in order to getting a nice finish. I was happy with the way my final coat turned out, so I waited about 10 minutes and then I removed the index cards. I like to do it not too long after spraying the final coat, so that way the dip is still a little tacky and I can remove the index cards or the plastic bags without it getting stuck to the dip. I went through the process again for my other wheels, and here are the results.
Free.
It's been close to a week of daily driving on my hyper-dipped wheels. This is the Stealth Grey color, I believe, but the shine is pretty good, and these wheels are dirty. They shine a lot more when they are clean, but this is what someone could expect just after driving for about a week and needing to clean them up. They still look really nice. You can see the light reflects off of it really nicely, and you can also see the reflection of my hand. This is not going to be a super high gloss product, but it definitely has a nice gloss, as you can see. Just to show you how dirty the wheel is. The biggest difference I've noticed on this HyperDip is how smooth the finish is. The finish is very similar to paint, or just a very, very slick Plasti Dip. There is really just a little bit of sound, I think, due to the dirt, but on a normal Plasti Dip, there's gonna be kind of like peaks and valleys of the texture surface, but this has a lot smaller peaks and valleys and has a not much slicker feel. But I really love the way this turns out.